Good morning, good evening. Hello, everybody. Today in our studio, we have the Kaku Ancient Seal review. It's basically all the balancing elements. So, Kaku Ancient Seal tells the story of the Kaku, obviously a young warrior who, while chasing a cute piggy, ends up finding himself undertaking the massive responsibilities of solving the elemental imbalance and saving the world from a terrible, corrupting force. Along the way, he will make new friends and hates his arsenal of weapons and wield the power of gods as he wanders the world he hopes to save. If this seems like a repost, I promise you are not seeing double. I have already reviewed a version of Kaku, Ancient Seal. However, it was pointed out to me that I accidentally reviewed an older version of the game and this is not finished. The product shipped on launch. I want to apologize to all developers and I was unsatisfied, but I was criticizing about the early access and first rule that I made for myself. Early access is not criticizing. We are watching only the positive side. If the critics, then the critics should be reasonable. That's the point. So, in the updated version of the game, Kaku Ancient Seal actually has some really good pacing, sustainability improved at the very least, and the story feels as throughout it unfolds naturally and in the way that keep me interested in ways of early access version failed too. So Kaku Ancient Seal features a massive open world map with the 4 regions that you can travel to freely, each one corresponding to the elements and featuring an end-of-zone dungeon in the way of the hidden temple. Kaku has to explore, giving the players the ability to freely travel around the map in the Kaku Ancient Seal. Oh my god, I'm mixing up this name. So, giving the player the ability to freely travel around the map in Kaku Ancient Seal was a genius idea because it really shows off how great the world looks. Well, I complimented Kaku Ancient Seal graphics in my original review, but the world has gone much further in the game's full version and the stability is more impressive. Graphically, the game looks better, but what I noticed the most of the Kaku levels felt much better designed in this version. The world was a lot more open, paths felt more intuitively designed, and overall the game felt as throughout it had a much better flow. Kaku Ancient Seal still reminds me of the games of the PlayStation 2 era, with a clever and cartoony world building that feels at home with the Jack and Daxter and Tag of the Power of Juju. Kaku is far from a carbon copy of any, but the way the game is designed evokes some latent nostalgia in me. If you are a fan of this era of games, the Kaku Ancient Seal is sure to do you the same for you. One of the biggest focuses of Kaku Ancient Seal gameplay is the combat, which is and the core is pretty basic and beat 'em up. Left click to attack an enemy health bar, right click to attack their stamina bar, stunning, staggering them on successful depletion. Throw in some rolling here and there and some combo attacks and you are got this just off it. So, where the combat in Kaku really strong stand out in is where you start playing with the elemental powers granted by the game gods and spirits. Lightning spears help you clear out groups of enemies, while bubble shields and a pig. Farts help you dash across the terrain. Yeah, so the game gives you a steadily evolving list of powers to play around with that helps you navigate the world and fight back any threats you face on the adventure in Kaku Ancient Seal. In my first review and my first option and opinion at this game, I criticized how easy the combat was. I found that the enemies were often stun locked by light attacks and the bosses were easily dispatched with your slack shot. Kaku full release certainly corrects the issues, adding a real complexity to enemy movesets and giving bosses punishing range attacks that made me trying to play back and snipe as a bad idea. Something I will never say about the combat is that boss fights in particular can feel a little bit slow. This is due to absolutely massive health bars these enemies receive, making challenging them in a time-consuming burden. I feel like every on medium, these numbers could be toned down a bit, but it wouldn't have made me and them less challenging or fun to fight, right? So, Kaku features puzzle element along with RPG mechanics. As someone who usually hates the puzzles in the video games, I can say that Kakus are fun enough. Yeah, fun enough, and they aren't a source of any frustration. For now, the worst thing in a puzzle in a game, it's like just can be a distraction from the rest of the mechanics. But Kaku puzzles are just complicated enough to give you a quick brain teaser before returning to the action. The full version of Kaku Ancient Seal improved upon many of the issues I had with the original and still maintaining the aspects and I'm enjoying the most. Specifically, I am still a big fan of creature design in Kaku. Your enemies can vary from short cavemen with high-pitched voices and frightening masks to hairy yetis and fire-breathing dragon chickens. While each region has its own take of the enemies too, which adds further variation to already diverse and interesting casts of the character. And in a conclusion, you know what? The Kaku Ancient Seal feels very nostalgic for PlayStation 2 area adventure games, featuring fantastic world building and a strong adventure mechanics. The game will take you in, invest you it's in a diverse and interesting world and provides satisfying ways to grow your strength as you balance the elements and save the world from a destruction. Yeah, so guys, it's pretty much it about the Kaku Ancient Seal. So I'll be leaving all the links down below the video, basically in the description. Please don't forget to rate, like, comment, subscribe, and share it with your friends, of course. So yeah, sorry for my inactivity, but now I'll be posting much more better and much more frequently. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day. Bye.